Hi everyone, I'm Jennifer Kelly and I'm here with Rich Girl Network TV. We are here on the yellow carpet tonight to see the premiere of The Hot Zone, the thrilling new movie featured by the National Geographic Channel. So please stay with us and keep watching Rich Girl Network TV. How inspiring is it to see your true story come into fruition through National Geographic?
We're happy about it. I mean, Jerry always says this was not our first rodeo. There was a movie that was supposed to be done, and it kind of the wheels fell off the wagon for a lot of reasons. And I think
we were mid-career, and we had a lot of skin in the game as far as our personal lives, and so. I think we torpedoed the first one, to be honest with you, because we didn't want to be portrayed in a light that could cause us career problems. And so now we have much less skin in the game, and so it's a lot easier for them to take liberties as far as what our relationship is. But the fact is, we've been partners our whole ever since
48 years.
Ever since we met, and that I don't see that ending anytime soon unless. The last 4 episodes torpedo us. But yeah, so it's good because I think Preston did a really nice job of characterizing the event, and I think he did a nice job of developing our characters in a way that we could take at the time and we could understand and people identified with, and I think thousands of people got into. Went to graduate school or went to medical school or went to veterinary school and wanted to become scientists. And so that's what you've got to take your hat off to for Richard Preston and this whole thing. And it's one of the reasons it's so nice for NatGeo to be involved because we know that it's not going to be something crazy.
I mean, we would get letters from kids really young, that read this book, 4th grade, 5th grade. I got one from a little kid named Adam, and he said, "Oh, I've got my spacesuit. I did it at home, and I would be honored if I could do a BL0 project." And, 20 years later, he's in medical school. So,
Good for you. Well, it's an honor to meet you both, and congratulations. And I know that obviously this is a very important film globally for all of us to see. What inspired you to bring Richard Preston, this particular bestseller, to life?
Well, when I read the article that first came out in the New Yorker, it was a story about a woman who was a veterinarian and a colonel in the Army who was charged with containing this outbreak. She was the first to realize how dangerous it was, and she stepped up and acted so competently, so efficiently, and so bravely. And at the same time, it put her family in potential danger. So it was a story about a courageous woman who is in a real ethical bind with her family to do her job right. And I just thought that was fantastic. At the same time, Ebola was so important. And in the ensuing years of trying to make this and finally getting it right, there have been 3 more outbreaks. There's one going on right now in the Congo. So I'm at the same time celebrating women and women at work in the most competent way and celebrating a marriage that works through that. And I'm also reminding everybody that we're one world. This is not an African problem. This is a world Earth problem.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I understand you read the book.
Yes.
So was it challenging bringing Richard Preston's novel to real life? I mean, no, it's nonfiction, but what was that like for you?
Well, for me, it was really interesting. There's a different kind of character for me to play, and just sort of a really simple, sweet man who kind of takes care of the monkeys. And I don't usually play guys like that. So it was. I had a lot of fun with Julianna Margulies. I had a lot of fun with the whole cast, and they really did a great job of keeping the tension going. I mean, it's a very scary ride. This show, and it's it's a subject that I think is very relevant right now because the outbreak of the measles thing that just started, and these diseases that we thought we'd beaten coming back. I mean, that's part of what the show's about. Is you've got to control these things. You have to get out in front of them, or it'll be too late.
Did you learn a lot? I mean, the importance of making this information known in terms of being inoculated or learning about disease. What was the most telling thing that you could walk away from after portraying your character?
I guess the thing is there's diseases out there that we don't know about that we don't have an inoculation for it. It's like with the Ebola, it's like there's not really, once you got it, you got it, you know, and it's that kind of, I mean, that's the sort of research I think that has to be done. And that work is so important. And the men and women at the CDC, the people who do this stuff, who put on those hazmat suits and deal with these viruses and risk their lives, I mean, that's very important work.